What's going on, guys? Welcome to the WILDCAT as well channel. I haven't done a video on this channel in a little bit aside from just Fusion, so I wanted to talk about some stuff, mostly Modern Warfare 3. I wanted to give my thoughts now that we've played the beta. That was ended about 5 days ago or whatever, 6 days ago. I meant to do this video a few days ago, but whatever. I want to talk about Modern Warfare 3. I want to talk a bit about the beta. I want to give my thoughts, a little review. I've written some things down, some pros, some cons, and some mehs, and share my thoughts with y'all and hear your guys' thoughts. All right. Oh, I just got something in my eye. Okay. I'm not good at this whole live commentary thing. Why are they dead? Are they doing some glitch I don't know about? Are they trying to get outside the map? What is happening? I'm just gonna ride in this guy's car as long as I can, I think. Actually, no, I'm gonna hop out right here. All right. First of all, overall thoughts, overall opinions. I posted on Twitter when I started playing the beta that my review of the game is a 7 out of 10. So what do I mean by that? I should probably be a little bit more of an explanation. So 7 out of 10 being that I think it's a good Call of Duty that offers almost nothing new or interesting or exciting, in my opinion, which a lot of people know this. That's the opinion of a lot of people saying, oh, it's just a DLC. It basically is just a DLC. Yes, it's basically a patch that fixes the movement and a few other things that were clunky about Modern Warfare 2, and then adds 16 maps that none of them are new. They're all remakes. But I think there's more to it than that. Didn't see this guy at all, by the way. So anyway, let's start. Let's start and get a little bit more in depth. All right, let's talk about the pros. Okay, let's be positive first. Okay, let's be positive. Let's not be completely negative. Pros. Obviously, the pro is the movement, right? The movement is much better. I actually wrote down that I didn't think the movement was that much better than Modern Warfare 2 until this week. I went back and played Modern Warfare 2. The movement is much better. Modern Warfare 2 is very clunky, very slow, not having slide canceling and a few other things. You just feel like you're running in quicksand. Your character like doesn't carry any momentum about his movements. Yeah, I do think the movement is a big improvement, and even more so than I had realized. All right, we're having a blast, by the way, playing Ground War. So obviously I'm not as crazy about it as other people who are like freaking out like, oh my god, slide canceling. I also don't think it's that bad to where it's like there's like a lot of I'll say newbier players complaining that you know, the movement's so crazy you can't even track people and it's like impossible. I don't believe that either. I think it's just good. It's about as good as it needs to be. Anyway, so the movement's good. I'll give the movement like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty balanced. I think it's pretty fair, and I think it doesn't feel slow or clunky. Now, the next part, the TTK. This is also a pro. The TTK, or time to kill, for those that are a little more uninitiated. I think the time to kill is perfect, actually. I actually think it's the best thing about the game. I no longer feel like I get melted in 2 bullets like that. To be fair, that was a fucking tank. I have no kills. I am literally worthless. That's okay. This is just to run around while I talk. Yeah, why do people play Ground War? This is awful. I'm gonna have to switch game modes. I think the time to kill in that game is perfect compared to this game. This game, the time to kill is so fast. Like, obviously, yes, you can melt people super quick, but dude, everybody knows when you die in Call of Duty, it feels way quacker. When you die in Call of Duty, it feels way quicker than when you kill somebody. Like, it just always has been that way. You always like, oh, I take like so many bullets to kill somebody while they just melt me in 2 shots. In this game, it really feels like that. Come here, punk. Yeah, that's right, I'm on the board. Give me them souls, let me suck them. Switch weapons so I didn't suck all the souls. Andrew Tate, get out of my way. All right, go back to Minecraft. You know Andrew Tate plays Minecraft secretly. Where's my souls? There's my souls. I think the time to kill in Modern Warfare 3 is perfect. I heard them talk about 150 health in the beginning, like that was the rumor or whatever, right? Which I was actually kind of dreading because I think the health in Black Ops 4 was way too long, especially with the manual healing. It felt like you had to laser people so many bullets to kill them. I also think it gives an advantage to controller players. I think that, you know, when you have aim assist and it's a little easier to track and hit more shots, especially with upgraded movement where people are zipping around back and forth on the screen. No, you can say that that's coping if you want. Sure, say it's coping. Until you've played both, you won't know what I'm talking about. All right, but yeah, so that had me a little worried. Where's homeboy? Give me them souls. Ugh! He really threw a Betty down. That was his panic move. Ground War players are built different, bro. But the time to kill feels really good. So even if it is 150 health, they countered it by adding weapons that do enough damage, make 150 health feel like a fairly quick time to kill without being too fast. Like, I don't feel like I get melted, but I also don't feel like I have to sit there and hit 100 shots to kill somebody. Give me them souls. I got a Wilson. Ow. How do I have a Wilson? Was the gun screen bug still working? That's crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Not too much more to say on that. I just think the time to kill is perfect. I think it feels like Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 back in the day, which I feel has perfect time to kill. So I really like it. Doesn't feel too slow, doesn't feel too short. I really like it, and it makes me, when I played this game, it makes me feel like I die instantaneously, and it's really frustrating. So that's good. The next pro, low recoil. The guns in Modern Warfare 3 have very low recoil, especially compared to Modern Warfare 2. I think maybe they have about the same recoil as MW3 2019, maybe even less than that game, which I personally really like. Some people say, oh, maybe you like it because you suck and it, you know, it takes less skill when guns have less recoil. Sure, maybe. Or I just think it feels better. I think you're rewarded for your aim more so, because the recoil in COD is just unpredictable. It's not like CSGO where there's a spray pattern. Your recoil, your shit just bounces everywhere, so you just have to control it. Again, I think when there's a lot of recoil, I think there's an advantage to controller players because the aim assist kind of sticks to the character, so the recoil is mitigated a little bit by that, whereas on mouse, you're kind of all on your own to mitigate the recoil. And so yeah, I think the low recoil is actually very good. I think it feels good. I think it's rewarding. I like it. Last pro that I have written down is the gunsmith. I think the gunsmith is much more improved. You still have a lot of customization options to your character and to your loadout, to your weapons, but without it being so overly complicated. Where did this guy just get sniped from? Anyway, yeah, the gunsmith. The gunsmith shows you like little arrows of things that are improved, little arrows of things that are not, you know, worsened or whatever by the upgrades. It's much more concise. It makes sense. Whereas in Modern Warfare 2019 and in Modern Warfare 2, it would just say like gun kick increased, horizontal recoil increased, vertical recoil, gun stability, aim stability, all these different things that are like all sound like the same thing and you have no idea what they do, and there's just a little graph and none of it makes any sense. This, it shows very clearly. It's like, okay, your recoil is up 3, meaning you can control it better, but your aim down sight speed is down 2, so it takes longer to aim down sight. It just makes a lot more sense. What the fuck is that scarecrow? I wonder if this can... I'm in trouble. All right, hold on. Tank battle. Little tank versus big tank. Oh, I killed myself. Little tank versus big tank. He can't hit me. He can't hit me. He can't hit me. What is happening? Little tank versus big tank. Oh, I'm getting melted now. I'm taking it down. Little tank prevails. Go. Oh. Dude, I don't know what that was, but it was fun. I was having fun doing that. Hey, why aren't you subscribed? It's free. You're coming back for the videos anyway. Click subscribe. Like the video as well while you're at it. Okay, back into the video. I don't want to spawn at any of these locations. We'll spawn in this tank, I guess. Yeah, and I don't think there's weapon tuning. I don't know, maybe it just wasn't in the beta, but there doesn't seem to be weapon tuning, which is nice, because weapon tuning is just annoying. Like, oh, you need to put it to 0.28 on this slider, 0.29 on that slider, negative 0.01 on that slider. It's like, bro, it's so, like, I don't want to have to watch a YouTube tutorial every time I want to build a gun. Damn it. Okay, moving on to cons. This is what you guys really want to hear. What's wrong with the game? What are the problems? I'll tell you, there's a good amount of them, all right? Another problem is the movement. Another problem is the movement. They made it a lot better, but then they just failed to add some things that, in my opinion, only have upsides. One of which is you can't jump after you slide. So you can't jump out of a slide. Like, it's super laggy and clunky and delayed, which I think is just one way that a player can peek a corner and kind of throw their opponent who might just be camping or holding a head glitch off guard. Like, it just helps you counter campers, which, unpopular opinion, you have to allow people to camp in the game. You really do. It's COD. That's just part of the game. Like, you have to allow people to camp. There's people that like to play that way. There's people that are bad and wouldn't get kills otherwise. And to have a healthy ecosystem in the game, you have to allow people to... You have to allow people to camp, okay? Oh, what are they doing down here? Oh, they're flying. Imagine. The other part of the movement that they didn't add that I feel they need to add is bee hopping. You can't run, jump. Here, I have to go down here to show. You can't run, jump, hit a spot like that and then jump again. Like, it's just like in this game where it's like, ooh, my character's like legs just break on impact. Who's shooting at me? Who wants a piece? Go bee. Which again, I think just helps you counter campers, right? Say there's someone over here posted up on a head glitch right there, right? I can come around the corner, I could jump, bounce, jump again, and hit my shot. That's not in the game, which I think is just a mistake. If you're gonna increase the movement, you should add that, because I think that's pretty simple, not something that's necessarily abused. Obviously, a lot of people will do it, but I don't think it's like abused to where it's like impossible to counter someone doing that. But yeah, but I think it's something that makes the game feel a lot better to play. Next big con, visibility. Visibility, which this game had when its beta was out. Again, granted, all this stuff is beta, right? So this stuff could be changed, but I'm just giving my feedback now, so that way hopefully it is changed. One big problem is visibility. When you're shooting your gun, there's just fucking, look at this. There's just smoke, debris, dust, gun smoke flying around. Your shit's bouncing all over the place. Like your weapons are bouncing, so you can't aim. And as someone who plays on keyboard and mouse, that like affects me way more than someone on controller, all right? It just does. Like, I have to be able to see what I'm shooting at, whereas on controller, you have aim assist that's helping you a little bit stick to the guy you're shooting at. And whether you say that's coping or not, that is just a fact, okay? When you have aim assist, you don't have to see the character. Ugh! What are you doing? See, watch. Here's what physical, like what? See how like it bounces around, there's smoke, sparks, all this shit. It's like 10 times that in Modern Warfare 3. Can't see anything. So I think that's a horrible thing in the game. I really don't like it. I don't think it adds any kind of benefit at all other than helping controller players and hindering keyboard and mouse players. I don't know if that's the intention, but that is the result. What happened to that guy? He was in there. Yeah, that's a problem. There were many times in the beta where I would completely lose track of the guy that I'm shooting at. Like, because I would shoot at him like this, a big plume of dust and smoke would fly up, and then he would lay prone. I don't even see him lay prone. I have no idea where he is. His red dot or name or whatever basically stays in the same position. Yeah, bit of a problem. Now, my personal biggest gripe and the biggest con for me with Modern Warfare 3 is that there's not really any new content. There's virtually nothing new. There's like the little flying drone grenade guys. Those are kind of interesting. Otherwise, it's just a patch and moving things around. Like, there's no Dead Silence Field upgrade because it's a perk. There's no new kill streaks that I saw aside from a Juggernaut, which we already had. Granted, this one seems like it's a better one and it costs less to get, but there's no new kill streaks. There's no new real weapons. There's no new like interesting, I don't know, nothing new or interesting in my opinion. Obviously, not even any new maps. All the maps are remakes. So you're getting 16 maps at launch, which is cool, but they're maps everybody already knows and has played for the most part. Obviously, they're gonna be new for some people, and honestly, they're gonna be kind of new for me because I started playing Call of Duty in Black Ops 1 is where I really started playing online multiplayer. I played some Modern Warfare 2 like at friends' house and whatnot, and like just in, you know, games at home with friends at home or whatever, but I didn't have Xbox Live back then, so I don't know those maps as well as a lot of other people like Marksman, for instance. But yeah, so there's no new content in the game. I genuinely, when a beta comes out for a game, I try to think of like video ideas I can do at launch or like things that are going to be interesting when the game releases that I can use for videos and like get funny kill cams. I really can't think of any in Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3 aside from that jumping Juggernaut slam, which we did already do in the beta. So yeah, there's like no new content for me. That's my biggest gripe and the reason why the game will never get above a 7 out of 10. Even if it plays perfectly, if there's nothing new that I haven't experienced new in the last 10 years of COD, I'm not saying you need like a, you know, a futuristic crazy shit, but just something new. And there's not much there for me. And now my other biggest con is that shotguns are awful. They're bad. Very bad. Obviously that could be because of the upgraded health, but they're just not good at all. Like, very inconsistent, almost no range, very clunky to use. The Riveter, the auto shotgun, it's like an M4, but it shoots 410 shells. It's very weak, which obviously that makes sense, but it takes like 3 shots at almost any decent range. Like anything past point blank, it's 2 shots. Anything out past that, it's like 3 shots to kill, which is like the Striker also takes 3 shots to kill, and that's a full auto SMG. So it's like, you can't compete with anything SMG related with the shotgun. The only other shotgun that was decent, or actually the only other
was rushing all the objectives, I believe.
Shut up! The only other shotgun that was The only other shotgun that was in the beta was the Bryson. I don't remember what it was called, but it was the Bryson. And the problem with the Bryson was they gave it the slowest sprint to fire speed I've ever seen of any gun or shotgun in my life. The amount of time it takes for you to go from sprinting here to go to shoot it's insane. And so you can't add any damage increase attachments, any kind of hip fire decrease attachments like the, you know, your hip fire spread. You can't add any of those attachments because all you have to add to make it usable is sprint to fire increases. So you add like a grip that helps sprint to fire, a guard that has sprint to fire, the stock, you know, no stock for sprint to fire. And once you add every single sprint to fire option, it is then like usable to where you can actually click and shoot. You can get out of sprinting to click and shoot in a quick enough time to not get melted in 3 bullets by an SMG. And because you then put all your shit into sprint and fire, it has no range and a terrible wide hip fire spread, so you're unlikely to even get a good clean one-shot kill. Rechambering speed is slow, so if you hit one and it hit markers, you're dead. Basically, you have to one-hit kill or you're dead, which how a shotgun should be, but it should be strong enough to actually do it once in a while. So that gun's just not good. And also they nerfed it in the way, like, you should never, in my opinion for game design, you should never nerf an item in the game or a weapon by making it clunkier. I just don't understand that logic in that game design. That's what they did in Fortnite, which ruined the game for me. They started making pump shotguns have to like click and hold to shoot, or like making it slow, or you couldn't double pump, or like movement stuff in the game would get nerfed to where it was slower and clunkier. I think that's awful game design, awful game mechanics. You should never nerf something by making it feel worse to use. It should just be weaker. It should be easy to make something feel weaker and not clunkier and worse to use. Yeah, anyway, let's move on to the mez. Now, these are just kind of like things that I wanted to talk about that aren't necessarily pros or cons. One, again, is the maps. 16 maps at launch is awesome, but there's not really anything new. And I also don't think that these Modern Warfare 2 maps are going to play very well in this new modern era of COD. What do I mean by that? Well, one, the graphics in the game are so much better now, and there's just so much more shit on the screen, right? Like in Modern Warfare 2, you wouldn't have like shrubbery and rocks and a lot of this kind of stuff. Obviously, you could have some of that, but just not to the extent, right? Like the game can handle so much more graphic-wise that generally things are a lot more not clunky, but cluttered. Cluttered is the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to find an example. Obviously, it's going to be a little harder on a Warzone map where there's not, in a Warzone, they don't put as much detail into the maps because there's so much more, but you know what I'm talking about. Like in a building in a Call of Duty map, you'll have like, you know, a desk, a computer, a garbage thing, of like all this kind of clutter and shit, and it's just like, it can be messy. And I think that introducing that into the OG Modern Warfare 2 maps is going to make them feel a little clunkier and a little cluttered and a little harder to spot people camping and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. Basically, I think the maps are going to be so detailed and colorful and diverse in terms of what you're looking at on your screen. It can be hard to spot an enemy. Especially, I noticed that in Favela in the beta. I felt like if I opened my eyes up to the rooftops on Favela, someone was going to see me before I could ever see them. That was a big gripe for me. And also, I think that Call of Duty players are just a little bit more advanced than they used to be. Like campers back in Modern Warfare 2 aren't as good as campers these days. You know, everybody has a headset these days. Back then, a lot of people didn't even have a headset. They would just be sitting in front of a TV with terrible audio, camping in a corner. Now it's like even the campers kind of have an idea of what's going on in their surroundings. And so I think there's going to be a lot of spots on these Modern Warfare 2 maps that people can camp that are stronger now than they were because players know what they're doing much more. Hitting them shots, hitting them shots. Ooh, don't want to go that far. It's a teammate. It would have killed him if it was. Who's down here?
Securing Echo.
All right, I'm a little distracted now. The weapons are kind of a meh for me. There was not, like, again, because there's not really new content, everything felt like generic Call of Duty guns to me. And the balancing was terrible, which obviously it's a beta. That's something they can work on. But like outside of the ACR and like the Striker, it's not called the ACR, it's called like the MCW, whatever. There was like nothing else really usable. The Bass P, I guess, was kind of usable. The LMG was kind of decent, but overall the Striker was like the best gun in the game. Sniping seemed pretty good, but obviously in the beta we didn't see any true like bolt action sniper, which is like what most people think of when they think of snipers in Call of Duty. There wasn't really any of that. There's just nothing new or interesting about the weapons. It just felt like a bunch of generic, same kind of shit that we've seen in this game and in MW 2019. So hopefully there's more to it than that. Yeah, we'll see. That's kind of a meh. Now, let's give a few thoughts outside of the beta just to wrap things up. So one people probably asking about is campaign. Campaign, I've seen nothing. I don't really play the campaign, but I've heard the Modern Warfare campaigns are all good. I'm sure this will be no exception. I think the MW 2019 was good. MW2 was good, and I think this MW3 one will be good as well. So for the people that like that, that's a plus. You'll enjoy it. It'll be good. I have a Juggernaut. Don't know how. Oh, it's because I'm doing the gun screen glitch because that's a broken thing in the game, and I like to abuse broken things in the game.
We're taking Delta.
Let's see how long it would take him. Next is the zombies. We've seen some of the zombie stuff. Obviously, haven't got to play it. The zombies does not look very good to me. It doesn't look interesting. It's like Outbreak or whatever, where you're just fighting zombies in a big open map like this. Like it's basically like DMZ with zombies, which it doesn't appeal to me at all. I like your traditional round-based zombies, which I know people can say, oh, round-based zombies, all you do is train zombies over and over and over to get a high round. It's not what you do at all. There's like lore to it. There's a story. There's Easter eggs, new parts of the map that kind of unlock, or new things, or new weapons, or new objects. It's like a puzzle, and I think it's very fun. And I'm sure you'll have some of that in this zombies mode, but it lacks that atmosphere, that lore. Like the map is just generic fucking military engagement place, you know, like generic oil rig, generic fucking Middle Eastern town, generic Russian city, whatever it is, right? That's not interesting. There's no characters, there's no lore, there's no like, I don't know. I like Shadows of Evil and like Mob of the Dead, and like those had a cool aesthetic and just really helped me, like, I don't know, just really made zombies more fun to me. Maybe that's stupid, maybe you don't agree, but that's how I feel. And so zombies is like not exciting to me at all. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all my thoughts. I'm trying to think if there's really anything else. Overall, like I said, all of that culminates to a score of a 7 out of 10, where I think gameplay wise, it's a solid COD, but I think gameplay wise, that's really bad. I just gave him a Juggernaut. That is horrifically, horribly bad. That's so bad. That's so bad. That's so bad. Spawn in! Oh, get my jug. Don't let him have it. That's it right there. No. He's gonna take my jug. No, it's right there, dude. They don't know. At least they don't know. This is my new mission. Still there somehow. Somehow it's still there. We're securing this. Yes! All right, we got it. They didn't steal it. They're stupid. Oh, they're idiots. Nice. All right, we'll close this out by walking around with the Juggernaut. See if there's anything else I can think of. Who shot at me? Ooh, where? Can I destroy a tank? Jug versus tank. Ah! Ah! Die, tank. He doesn't die. He doesn't die. All right, well, that's something. I think that about wraps it in terms of my thoughts on Modern Warfare 3. Overall, again, 7 out of 10 because I think it plays well, and if a Call of Duty plays well, it's bare minimum 7 out of 10, which is an above average experience. By the way, some people on Twitter gave me shit for that. They asked me what my rating for MW2 was, and I said 6 out of 10, and I said it was decent. And I think the game was decent. I got a lot of playtime out of it. I think it was Modern Warfare 2019 with significant downgrades. Modern Warfare 2019, I give like an 8 out of 10, maybe 8.5 out of 10. The Modern Warfare 2 with significant downgrades is like a 6 out of 10. Okay. Oh yeah, the rating scale. What a lot of people like when I say 6 out of 10 is decent, people are like, that's bad. What are you talking about? That's bad. Your mind has been warped by review scores. Guys, think about 0 to 10. A 5 is in the middle. That means 5 should be average. Anything less than 5 is bad. 6 out of 10 is by definition above average. 7 out of 10 is above average or decent. 8 out of 10 is good. 9 out of 10 is very good. And 10 out of 10 is perfect, right? 0 out of 10 is literally horrendously awful, unusable. 1 is barely functional. 2 is really, really bad. 3 is really bad. 4 is bad. And 5 is average, right? 7 out of 10, above average experience. It's a good COD that doesn't offer much that's special or unique or interesting. There you go. My final thoughts. Guys, leave a like. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more stuff like this on WILDCAT as well. Leave some comments with your thoughts on Modern Warfare 3. And leave some comments of more content you want to see me do on this channel. Because, again, this is my channel as well. And I can upload to it as well. All right. Have a nice day. See you later.